Also have our reporters across the country, and Kamogelo Seekoei is in Bloemfontein for us, where Nandipha Magudumana's legal team will pull no punches in their effort to persuade the Supreme Court of Appeal to release her from custody. And we also have Katlego Nyoni, who is in Polokwane for the Limpopo Investment Conference, while Tumelo Machoho is at the Lebombo border post. And they're covering all of those stories for us, which we will bring to you in the next hour. Now, we start in the Free State, where the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein will today hear Dr Nandipha Magudumana's application to nullify her arrest and extradition from Tanzania. Magudumana is appealing the Free State High Court decision. That decision dismissed her application to have her arrest in Tanzania last year declared unlawful. In July last year, the High Court found that Magudumana was brought back under a disguised extradition, but it dismissed her application, saying that she had consented to return to the country. Magudumana's lawyer, Machini Motloung, says that his client could not have consented to an illegal process. But for more on this, we're joined by SABC News Reporter Kamogelo Seekoei, who's there for us. Of course, Kamogelo, this one has been a while in the making. But what is the legalese around this, and what is expected to happen today?
Well, Sakina, this morning we're expecting a bench of judges to hear submissions from the legal team of Dr Nandipha Magudumana. You remember that the Free State High Court actually dismissed this matter last year in July. So it has been quite a journey to come here. We've actually spoken to her legal representatives, including Machini Motloung himself, who told us that they've had quite a tough journey to come here because some of the parties that are involved in this matter, we're not really cooperating with them in this whole process. But I do have with me legal analyst Thabo Molete just to help us unpack, this issue. We've had a whole year with the legal representatives preparing for this matter, and today obviously being D-Day. What are your expectations?
Today we are seeing Dr. Magudumana appearing or attempting to make an application to the Supreme Court of Appeal. They are going to attempt to persuade the Supreme Court of Appeal to review or to set aside the ruling or the judgment of the High Court, where it was saying that the apprehension or the arrest of Dr. Magudumana in Tanzania was unlawful, but tallied to that, it failed, that is the High Court now, it failed to discharge her. If the arrest was unlawful, then consequently it would follow that she ought to have been dismissed, to be released from custody. So unfortunately it was not to be, and the persuasion today is to attempt to say, Supreme Court of Appeal, Judge Lobsha made a mistake by not releasing Dr. Magudumana on the basis that her arrest in Tanzania was unlawful, and the manner in which she was deported back to South Africa was also unlawful. Remember, her deportation to South Africa, they call it's a disguised extradition. So that being the case, she's supposed to be released from custody rather.
There's another matter that it seems the state is going to bring forward. Remember that when Dr. Nandipha Magudumana was applying for bail, she mentioned that Besta had abducted her going to Tanzania. Do you think that is going to have a bearing, because it looks like they're bringing it to the Supreme Court of Appeal as well?
That is neither here nor there. Remember, whether Besta abducted Dr. Magudumana, it's a peripheral issue. The issue that needs to be addressed here is that Dr. Magudumana has been unlawfully arrested in Tanzania. And remember again that South African authorities, they did not have the authority to effect the arrest in Tanzania. So those are indicative of the fact that her arrest and her deportation were unlawful.
Thank you so much for your time, Thabo Molete there, just talking to us about what the expectations are here today. We will definitely be here in court the entire day. We presume that it's going to take the whole day, considering that Dr. Magudumana is actually appealing against 6 parties, including the Minister of Police as well as the Department of Home Affairs. With that, is back to you in studio.
And of course, our eyes and ears on that particular story, Kamogelo Seekoei.